we are going to look at the formats of the two statements. That's the trading account and the profit and loss account. Let us start with the trading account. The trading account, we start with the title. Title, that's the heading. The heading. The heading, we have the name of the statement, the name of the business. So we start with the name of the business. Then we come to the name of the statement. Then we write the date. So the date is written on the title. Then from the title, we have now the vertical format of a trading account. We don't use the T account. We usually use the vertical format. The vertical format, we have 3 columns. We have 3 columns. We write the currency. In Kenya, we use Kenya shillings. The first 2 columns, that is this column 1 and the column 2, they are for adjustments. First 2 columns are for adjustments. Then the last column is for the totals. Okay. Now, for the trading account, we said we start with net sales. So you write the net sales here. So the net sales, I gave you the formula, and now you calculate the net sales. We say net sales equals to total sales. So you write the total sales in the second column. Let us use XS. I'm going to give you an example so that we do it together. Then you raise returns inwards. You can check the formula which I gave you. When you are deducting, you use column, you use the brackets to mean you are now deducting. Okay, so the total sales less the sales return or return inwards, you get the net sales. You write in a straight line with the second one. Now these are the net sales. You don't indicate net sales because you have already written on top. You have already written on top, so you don't record it. Then we come to cost of sales. We say to get the gross profit is the net sales less cost of sales. So you come and say less cost of sales. We go back to our formula. To get the cost of sales, we say it is the opening stock. It's the opening stock, the stock at the beginning of the business. You write it in the second column, the straight line. Make sure you align your figures. Then we say we add net purchases. Add net purchases. How do we get the net purchases? We say to get the net purchases, it is the purchases which you have, the amount which you have bought from the market. We write it in the first column. Then we add carriage inwards. We add carriage inwards so that we get the total purchases. Then we erase returns. Erase returns outwards. After purchasing, there are some goods which you return to the supplier. We call it returns outwards. So you erase them from the total purchases. The amount which you get, we call it net purchases. So we transfer it to the second column so that we add to the opening stock. When we add opening stock plus the net purchases, the figure which we get here, we call it cost of goods available for sale. The goods are there, they are available to be sold. So the opening stock which you add plus the net purchases which you have, you get now the goods which are available, awaiting to be sold. That's why we call it cost of goods available for sale. Then we erase, we have not got the cost of sales. Now we are going to erase closing stock. We erase the closing stock. We write in a straight line the second column. We put a bracket because we said when we are deducting a figure, we use brackets. We don't write the signs. So you use the brackets. After deducting the closing stock, now the amount which we get, we call it cost of sales. We write in the last column, that's the total. Remember, here we say to get the gross profit, it is the net sales less cost of sales. So if it is, we are going to deduct, use a bracket here. So the starting figure now is the gross profit. This is the gross profit. Now you have got the gross profit. That is the end of the trading account. That is the end of the trading account. So you must make sure that you have come up with the gross profit. If, for example, instead of the net sales being more than the cost of sales, the cost of sales now are more than the net sales, which means instead of getting the gross profit, we are going to get the gross loss. Let me be clear. If this net sales, is less than cost of sales, the resulting figure now, instead of being a profit, it is going to be a loss. So it will be gross loss. So if you are supposed to prepare only the trading account, you double underline meaning now you have got a gross profit. Meaning you have got a gross profit. So you double underline. But if you are supposed to come up with the full income statement, meaning the trading, profit, and loss account, you cannot double underline. So make sure you double underline if you are expected to record on or to prepare only the trading account.